Hello and welcome back to my Let's Play series. I am slightly tilted and we're over here just outside of Forgefall, messing with these villagers, getting kitted out, and getting a few things that we need to progress in the game. And, well, I need a lot of things. Did I even get any armor yet? No, I did not yet get any armor. I think I have already gotten armor from these guys. And let's see, we've already traded and gotten all of this to where it's really good. So I think I've already got... Ooh, I got 29 diamonds. Yay, that's good. Nope, those are basics. Where did my armor go? I thought I already got armor. Did I not get armor? I didn't get armor. Thought I did. Maybe it's up here. Let's go up here and see if we got armor. But welcome back. We are over here building in this world, Let's Play world, place called Forgefall, and it's based on a book series that my friend and I are currently in the process of writing, and it's going to be amazing. It's going to be huge. It's going to be ginormous. It's going to be... Oh, look at that. There's armor. Yay. I knew I had some up here. Oh, do I even... That's smite, and we've got sharpness. I can't combine those, can I? Probably not. Anyways, let's go ahead and get our armor on, because I've already purchased it. And now we are wearing our diamond armor. We're going to go ahead and put all of this junk in here, junk in our trunk. And we are going to need, let's see, I've already got an axe, so that's good. We might need this one. We got silk touch pickaxe. We've got efficiency and unbreaking, and then we got a few iron pickaxes. That one's got a little life left in it. We could take that one. But our main thing is we need to gather up some pale oak logs for our build that we are going to do, because we are going to be working on Forgefall today. And I'll take you over there in just a moment so that you can see what we have done and been working on. And I thought maybe I had some more items. Oh hey, look at that, I got sniffer eggs. I forgot all about those. We need to make a cage for the sniffers, the L snifferos. This is what we gathered on our last little venture. We got some firefly bushes, some bushes, and leaf litter, so we'll probably use that sometime in the episode. But we need to gather materials, and I don't have very many materials together, so we need to get back down here and get us some iron pickaxes, or not pickaxes, axes, because we need to go over to our creaking forest and get some stuff. That's where we're going to head to. So let's gather up a few of these. We have an abundance of these bad boys, so we're going to take a few of these because we're going to be doing a lot of chopping. And you know, one more thing that we are going to need, we are going to need a lot of shears, because I want a lot of those leaves from, well, we got one set of shears. Alright, well, I guess we're going back up there. Oh, wait, do we have... Let's see if we have any in here. I'm going to dig this dirt with my meat there. Oh, sweet. Haha, we got 64 of them in there. Alright, let's block this back off. So I've got this all caged off so that the villagers don't die while I'm gone. You know, the zombies spawn in here and kill them. That would be very bad. Alright, let's get us some tooling. Wrong spot. Alright, how many can we get? That'll do. That'll do for now. And let's throw this away and put that over here in the chest. We are going to need that. And we got 15 pale oak saplings. Let's put those away. We won't need those. We won't need the sticks. We got plenty of food. We're kitted out. We're ready to go. So let's head on over to the creaking forest and get us some stuff that we're going to need for Forgefall. Oh yeah, I forgot. I was going to show you Forgefall. I want to make sure that you, if you haven't seen the last episodes, this is Forgefall. So this is where we're at on Forgefall, but we are going to need a whole lot of material to do what we're going to do, and that includes the new mossy blocks from the creaking, because we're going to do a lot of terraforming right here. We're going to get this mountain and this area all shaped up, I think, in this episode. And we're going to make sure that we get a good start on Forgefall. But Forgefall is... Ooh, man, I got a lot of deep slate diamonds. When did I get those? Forgefall is a city built by the elves and the dwarves in our book series that me and my friend are writing. And this was during a time of peace and prosperity between the elves and the dwarves. And well, this right here represents the elven portion of it. And then we are going to later on in this series get down to the bottom here into the mines, similar to the mines of Moria in Lord of the Rings. We are going to actually have the Dwarven Empire start right here, going down into the mines of Forgefall, and we have a lot to clear out. So we will probably do that in this episode, and then we're probably going to just lay out more of the general area for Forgefall. If we go into free cam mode right about here, you will see that we've already gotten a couple items put in. We got the hallway here for going into some of the areas. We've got the arch for the dwarven area, and then we've got the start for where Forgefall's main entrance and main grand hall is going to be. But we got a lot more to do. So with that, let's head over to the creaking forest and get us some much needed material. And after a long night of rowing, we have made it to the area. And Mr. Zombie, I don't think you're gonna make it. Look at that, just spinning down, staring. Oh, look at it gaze upon me. You're gonna fall off the edge there, zombie, and then you're gonna turn into a drown. But anyways, enough messing around. We have finally made it over here to the creaking forest, and well, I found this old shipwreck, and I decided just to camp out here for tonight because boy, my arms, after rowing for many millions of miles. No, it's not that far, but they were tired. I mean, it's a lot of rowing. Yeah, look at these puny little arms. What was that? Did you hear that? I don't know what that was, but that was scary. Anyways, let's go ahead and let's pick up our bed, and we will get over there to the creaking forest and start getting a few little things that we need for building on Forgefall. And I don't want to forget my bed because that would be bad. Alright, so let's head. Oh, yep. Already turned into a drown. I told you would. Couldn't listen to me. Just kept on falling. Alright, let's go ahead and get... Oh, darn it, I missed that. Well, better luck next time, I guess. But that creaking forest is... Oh, why didn't I row over here? I don't know why I didn't row over here. And speaking of row, I forgot my boat. We gotta go get my boat. Ooh, look, an arrow. Just kidding, I'm not gonna go pick those up. Oh, curses. We left our boat over here by the boat where we camped. And I need to go get that. Because I'm gonna need that to row myself back home. Oh, good grief. I'd forget my head if it wasn't attached. There we go. So, yeah, just disregard that. Completely disregard that. I broke the boat just to pick it up, just to put it down again, and row over here. Oh, man. I swear, sometimes I don't really know what I'm thinking half the time. It just boggles me. But let's just move on. Let's just move on from this adventure. It's quite the adventure. And we might as well go ahead and get this guy while we're at it, because I could definitely use some ender pearls. Why not? I have a boat. Did I get an ender pearl? No. I got a stupid block. Of course I need that block. Anyways, fine. I didn't want a stupid ender pearl anyway. And this is what we are over here for, is we need all of these materials that are just growing in here so we can get on with building our Forgefall area. Now, I wanted to pick these blocks specifically because of the color gradients that they are. The color gradients work really well with all the tough blocks, and the white wood and just the overall bark of these trees look amazing. You could actually use the bark of these trees, or use these blocks particularly because of the block, I can't even speak right now. I might as well just Might as well just give it up. Might as well just turn around in shame. Anyways, the bark on these trees look like cobbled deep slate. Well, not cobbled deep slate. Kind of a cobbled pathway. Kind of like the um, like the coral blocks. Those work really well for like pathways and like stonework and stuff like that. Now these look more like a brown or kind of a dark gray colored stone, which looks amazing. So I'm going to use some of that for some of the stonework and such, mixed with some of the other blocks that match in color, which I think is going to look pretty good. Which I think the brown concrete blocks might look kind of close. I know there's a concrete block that you can do that looks pretty close to this. I'm pretty sure of it. But this is what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and we're going to use some of these blocks here in order to build Forgefall. And what I'm going to need is I'm going to need a lot of this particular. Let's go ahead and just use this. I'm going to need a lot of this particular stuff. So we'll go ahead and get us a bunch of this going and use this along with our tough blocks and some of the other stuff to build all the gradients we're going to need. So with that all being said and my jibber jabbering about the game, let's go ahead and jump into a slightly tilted time lapse. Well, I don't believe it, but I got to because I'm looking right at it. Look at that. Look, 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 look. I found a creaking heart. I didn't even fight a creaking. I didn't even touch or mess with a creaking. And I found a creaking heart. So, is that like a thing that you don't even have to fight a creaking and you can find a creaking heart if you're just mining out or chopping down a forest, a creaking forest? Or whatever they call these forests. Anyway, this biome. Yeah, I guess that's a thing. I didn't know that it was a thing until I just got done chopping into this tree and found a creaking heart, which is amazing because, you know, I really don't want to fight a creaking because I'm scared of creakings. I mean, they're like a stick figure with a broken neck. It's creepy. It's just weird. It's almost like, you know, the pumpkin head man. Or the pumpkin man? Pumpkin. Yeah. That thing. Yes. Scary. No, I don't like it. Anyways, I wanted to stop the time lapse so I could show you the creaking heart. And, you know, I didn't know it was a thing, but apparently it's a thing. And let's see. I don't have my other axe on me. And boy, I tell you, I've gotten a lot of materials here. I have excavated or chopped down. Let's just say this. I Paul Bunyaned the heck out of this place. And look at this. Look at all these goodies I've got. I got quite a few little goodies here. And I'm thinking that this is probably enough to stop with for right now. Because I think this is a pretty good amount of resources. Because we've got lots and lots of pale oak leaves. And I'm thinking that we've got plenty of pale oak logs for now to get us started. Probably not on the pale oak logs, but anyways, let's get our, I think I got a silk touch. Yes, I do. Silk touch axe. And I am glad that I brought that with me because now we have our first creaking heart. Where'd it go? Where was I? Oh, I think I was over here. No? I, I lost where I was at. Down here? Down here. Yeah, man. Yes, sometimes I get lost in the forest. I mean, we all do sometimes. All right, let's see if this. You can actually hear it creaking. Listen to that thing. Did you hear it? Stay in there, Mr. Creaking. Don't come out and play. I don't want to see you. Boom. Got it. No, I didn't. What the heck did I do wrong? Oh, no. What did I do? Oh. Whew. Whew, that scared me. Look at that. There it is. Creaking heart. Sweet. All right. I did not know that was a thing, but apparently it's a thing. It's a great thing. All right. Now I guess we'll go back to chopping down some trees. But I don't really think that you need to see me chopping down any more trees. I think that time lapse was quite sufficient with our gathering of goods. But we're going to first sleep here real quick. And after a nice night's rest where we don't summon any broken neck stick figures, yeah, now I got to figure out some way to get all of this back to my base, which is, well, we're here. And oh my gosh, that's a bigger forest than I thought. There is no way that I could Paul Bunyan all of that in one episode. I could try, but it's not going to work. But anyways, we have to get our little tail end all the way back down to here. And that's quite the distance. So instead of moving all of this stuff by boat, which I mean, I guess I could do boat. I could actually do, can you do 2 boats? You know, if I'm rowing one boat with a trunk in it and pulling another boat. Oh, that's an idea. What if I put a mob in the boat with a trunk? Can we do like 2 or 3 of those? You know, that's a thing. I should try that. All right. I'll come get you if I'm successful, and I'll show you if it works. Well, it's official. It works. I don't know why I ever doubted Minecraft, but here we are. Look at that. I mean, look at that posse. It's great, isn't it? I mean, we got pig, 2 chickens, and a cow, all doing their part in making sure that we can get all of our goods back to our nice, humble abode and get started on building Forgefall. But look at that. You know, I guess this answers my question: is can I put mobs in a boat with a trunk? Put all of my stuff in the trunks, hook a lead to them, and then hook them to a boat that I'm in, and then paddle my way back to my base. I know, that was a lot of rambling for what you had pretty much already figured out. Great. Here we go again. Anyways, let's just do it. Let's see where we get to. All right. I mean, what possibly could go wrong? I don't know. Oh, easy, Cal, easy. You don't need to get ahead of the pack. But I think it's gonna work just fine. Look at that. We got all of our stuff in our chest, and I don't need to show you. You will just have to take my word for it. If you've seen one junk drawer, you've seen another junk drawer. But look at that. This works great. So apparently, with the new Ghast update, you can do this with an abundance of these little critters, and which is going to be awesome. Could you imagine the possibilities if you have like 2, 10, 15, however many you can put underneath there? You know, I mean, the transportation possibilities are endless, and I do mean endless. Could you imagine those full of shulker boxes? Yeah. Stifling. I mean, I don't know if stifling's the word, but you get my drift. That's a lot of goods and materials you can move. I mean, this is working out well as you know, I probably should stop looking and farting around and actually pay attention to where I'm going, or I'm going to lose all of my goods and my posse here. Anyways, let's go ahead and let's get back to what we were doing. And I will just meet you back at base, because it's so much easier than watching me rowing my little companions across this vast ocean. And we are going completely the wrong way. I told you. What could possibly go wrong? We have completely gotten lost. Alright, I'll meet you back there. Home sweet home, we are so close, and we only had one hiccup, and that was a lead coming off. That's it. Oh, and I got shot by a skelly. But I didn't die. I had this awesome armor on. But look at that. Ooh, what a beautiful sunrise. It has literally taken me all night to get back to this point, or get here, and this point meaning, look at that. We are over here close to the village, and that means home is up above where this creeping little zombie is. Yeah, but we're gonna just go ahead and drop all of our pets off down here by this crafting table, and we're gonna just go ahead and get everything put up there where we need to get. Oh, and there's a drown trying to attack me. Why you want to attack me, Mr. Drown? What did I do to you? I didn't do anything to you. That's right, you better just back away. So what? What? That's what I thought. Huh? What? Yeah, if I knew how to swim, I'd swim down there and get you. Just kidding. So, look at that. I am happy that we have made it back. It is amazing. Check that out. All the junk. And we got some pale oaks. Oops, didn't mean to do that. I'm gonna need that later, in case I do this again. Alright, and then we've got all of that. The drown's gonna try and get me. And then, do I have anything in here? Oh, no, I do not. Did I? Oh, it's the cow. Duh. Get out of the way. Alright, and we have all of our goodies in here. So we are set. We are good. Perfect. Alright, we will get all of these leads taken off here. I don't want to do that. Darn it. Give me that lead. Give me the lead. Thank you. Oh no! I've drowned everybody. Get up here. Come on. Come on, cow! I have done royally messed up. Get up here. That's one way to do it. Alright, scratch that. We have had a problem. We have lost animals. But that's okay. We have our stuff here, which is amazing. So let's go ahead and get out of the boat. Alright. Chicken? Moo Moo? You can just hang tight and, well, go back in the boat, I guess. What'd you go back in the boat for? Okay, alright. If you want to be in the boat, that's fine. I mean, it was a heck of a journey. We did have a good time. Okay, you should just live in the boat. Anyways, enough messing around. Let's get all of this stuff back up there. Alright, we got all of our blocks over here, unloaded our caravan, and got our pale moss blocks and pale oak blocks in here, which I don't think is going to be enough, but that's alright. We do have some saplings that we gathered. We have a little bit of hanging, pale hanging moss blocks, or vines there. And we got 2 creaking hearts. I did find another creaking heart shortly thereafter, which is nice. We can have those to be able to get the new, whatever that orange gooey stuff is that comes out of them. Anyway, sap or whatever it is. But we also have, I put a couple things in there, but we also have all the pale oak leaves, which we're going to use not too long from now. And with this moss, I think I'm going to build a farm. So we'll keep a stack of this out so I can build a moss farm and possibly make one for, you know, doing both this and the real green moss. But it looks like it's turning nighttime, so what better time than to jump into another grind lapse and get some stone, because we need regular stone and not cobbled deep slate. So let's jump right into another grind lapse and get us some stone for this build. Stone acquired, and as you can see, we've already started digging out where the dwarves have been mining out, and we got a pretty good start on this. The dwarves will be living in this area. Let's go into free cam mode. Right about there. And so we still have to hog all of this out or chisel it all out because this is going to be a very grand area for the dwarves. And you can see it's just nothing but stone, rock, everything here. And it has a little bit of dirt and stuff in here as well, and iron and other ores. So I figured this would be perfect for the dwarves and their part in Forgefall. So we've gotten quite a bit of this out. As you can see, we've got quite a bit of stone here. It's not nearly enough for what we're going to do, but I think we can get started with the amount of stone here. This is mostly for terraforming. For the rest of the build, we are going to be using a dark stone for most of it, like we did for the front entrance tower. And we're going to use a lot of blacks and whites as far as our color palette. So, like our black stones and our white marble and all the other stuff, and including the white wood that we just got from the pale oak uh, biome, which I think is going to look awesome. So all of these colors are what we're going to be using for the city of Forgefall, and including all the tough blocks, which have all the decorations and stuff. So this is what we're going to go with. This is our main color palette and scheme. We're going to have also some basalt in there, and make it just kind of blend and flow really nicely. Now, what I really want to do, cheaty cam mode again. There we go. I want to actually build this up with the blocks that I've gotten acquired. I don't know how far we're going to get, but I think we're going to start like way down here. And what I want is I want this to kind of come more or less kind of straight up from there and tie into this right here, because what we're going to have is we're going to have some lava tubes flowing out from each one of these areas. These are the areas that when they're forging, the lava from the forges left over will be coming out and coming down into this area. And this entire area is actually going to be all lava. So we're going to have a lava flow here with some of this water flowing into it, and it's going to be all burnt and scorched and like just really discolored down here. But the first thing I want to do is I want to get the main portion of the terraforming done, so that will be the stonework, and then we'll go from there. We'll add all the little details and such like that, kind of like what we've got framed out here, just the small framework to give us that idea or scale for what we want, and then we can finish it off with adding the blocks and the colors that we want over time. So this will just basically be like the core to the build, which that's kind of how I like to build a lot of my stuff. Like whether you use dirt or cobbled stone or whatever your choice may be, I like to kind of rough things out and then I can add to it, so it'll actually kind of come out 1 or 2 blocks more than this. But I think overall this will get us started with what we need to do. Well, shall we take a look at what we've accomplished? Now, I did a little bit more off camera than I showed in the replay, and the reason why I did that was because I was kind of farting around with a bunch of different ideas, and I didn't really want to be like recording it and then, putting it in, tearing it out, and, yada, yada, yada. So, let's take a look at what we have accomplished. We're going to have to go into cheaty cam mode for this one, so there we go. Cheaty cam mode. And boom, look at that. So you can see on this left side here that I went ahead and terraformed all of this. I added the bushes and a lot of this new moss block because I think it goes really good. Oops, forgot a block. With the tough blocks. And as you can see, the gradient looks really good. It blends in really, really nice. It gives you that extra added little effect. So I thought with the tough blocks down here and then the moss, that would give it the overall look that I'm going for, because I don't want a real vibrant look around the Forgefall, because as you can see, it's got a lot of lava that's going to be flowing out of it from all the forges and everything, hence the name Forgefall. But I want the kind of the dull gray colors and then a lot of kind of the dirt here. Like once the elves and the dwarves came in and started building this, over time with the forging and all the stuff that's going on here, the land and the terrain and stuff around here started showing the signs and effects. And as you can tell, we put a little bit of greenery here, just a touch here, and then all the pale moss blocks here, so that way we can tone down the colors. And then we're going to have, with that pale moss block, we have the creeping little vines of moss that come up along the edge. So that's actually going to add a lot of cool detail to this build. And then of course we went with the white wood from the creaking forest or pale oak forest, whatever you want to call it. So we went with that to add the accent to it, because a lot of the stuff with the elves is, like in Rivendell, for instance, is a lot of white colors, unless you're, going with the woodland elves. A lot of them are, like Thranduil and his group were in the woods, so a lot of that stuff was browns and earth tones and stuff like that. So it's kind of a combination here, but mostly on the lines of the colors of Rivendell, which was the kind of the white and the lighter colors. But we also are adding a lot of these dark elements and features here along the edge to give it some accent and some more detail. Now, we're not done with detailing all of this. It's going to be detailed way more than this. We're going to have more things coming for this, but this is just to get us started. And as you can tell, we've got a lot of rock and terraforming stonework. I mean, we've got basalt is coming in and such. And as you can tell, this is how I'm kind of envisioning it, is we've got this black stone, which is the solidified volcanic flow, and then you have these little traces of the volcanic flow or lava flow coming out of here, and that has not quite solidified. So I wanted to go with that. So when you look at it like one way here, it's like, oh, whoa, it's partially solidified and everything, but then you look at it the other way and it's just running down off of where it had already solidified. And then we got the little trails right here going around where it used to trail down through and then has stopped, and then over here as well. And I'm missing another block, unless the Enderman took it. Nope, took a dirt block. And then we got some more tuff down through here, and then the pale oak logs, which I really like the looks of it because it gives it kind of a rock look, kind of like the cobblestone there. It gives it just a different shade or a different kind of color of cobblestone in my mind. And then of course you can see over here we've got this lava flow coming down. We got a pool right here that will be lit up a little bit more, and then we're going to actually add a couple streaks of lava in here and a couple little pools of lava in here. But this one is mimicking a forge or a furnace that has not been used for a while. So it's basically cooled and solidified to the point where it's at right now. So you're going to have these little pockets of uh, hot spots that haven't quite cooled or solidified. But overall, this is what we are looking at for terrain and how I envision doing it. We're going to have a lot more of this moss and the leaves and stuff that are pale all kind of spread out through here, along with like where the water comes out in this area. We're going to also have a lot of moss and a lot of stuff like that, because I still plan on keeping some of this water coming down into here. And then we're going to take and make some really cool effects down here with like a lot of steam, and try to make like a fog layer down here so that way it looks really, really cool. Not sure how we're going to do the fog layer yet. We might do a lot of glass blocks, white glass, a lot of maybe cobwebs, but I'm not sure. Those kind of stick out, a lot more than glass. But we're going to get creative with this down here and create kind of a really cool steam fog effect down in this area. And a lot of this is going to kind of disappear with depth is what I'm going with. But overall, this is what we are looking at for Forgefall, to give you an idea of the direction we are going to go as we progress in the story. Now, a little bit more lore to the story is when the elves decided that they were going to give the dwarves or align with the dwarves. Basically, their aligning with the dwarves was giving the dwarves some freedom. They decided that they didn't want to give up basically full control of the dwarves, and wanted to utilize the dwarves for more or less workhorses. And so the elves kind of made it sound like the dwarves are going to get their own choices, chances to do and, build their own kingdom, but instead the elves kept them under, tight rule and basically under their rule of thumb. And with the rule of thumb, the dwarves, being dwarves, they're pretty crafty and can catch on to things quite quickly. Let's just say this, they're no dummies. They caught on real quick to what the elves were pretty much doing. So they decided in turn that they were going to go behind the elves' back and do things their own way. So in one instance, they were following the rules of the elves. In another instance, behind closed doors and in secrecy, they were working to more or less overthrow the elves eventually and gain their freedoms wholeheartedly. This is where it all took place with their alliance. There was really no other place that was really involved with the elves and the dwarves being aligned and having the alliance that they did. And after the dwarves do what they do, which is, it turns out really bad. The elves and the dwarves alliance end rather abruptly, and Forgefall ends up falling into not really a cataclysmic event or anything of the sort. It basically, this whole area becomes sour because of what has happened here and what actually takes place. This actually becomes a main central hub for a lot of the other things that take place in the world, which I'm not going to spoil it just yet. You're going to just get bits and pieces, and I'm not going to spoil any more of the book series than what I have to, because you're just going to have to read them when they come out. There's a lot more to it. It's huge. It's big. Ginormous. So, that's a little bit of the lore. So I hope you like the lore. Hope you like what's going on. And if you have any ideas or thoughts, pop them down in the comments section, and I'll take a look at them and respond. So if you like the video, you know what to do. Hit that like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button to subscribe to the channel. That would be greatly appreciated. And yeah, we will see you in the next episode for Forgefall. Thanks for watching. Bye.